Welcome to the series where I show you what I cook every day to replicate the pleasure from junk food while still eating something healthy and also being easy to prepare. So today I'm gonna cook eggs again. So you know, eggs are great, and I'll just check out random ingredients and see what I can add. So a few videos ago I told you about dry tomatoes, which are overpowered, so I will use them today. And also some cheese, and also I have to still finish this huge rice. So today I will also use this rice inside of the eggs. So let's put the ingredients here. So just to clear up some pleasure notes. So let's just look at pleasure for a moment. So remember, we are covering pleasure, health, and easy. Ease, convenience. So we have digestibility, checked with the rice, and then we have this guy, this cheese, which is umami, fat, not really salty. It is not really salty actually. I mean, a little bit, but you know, salt we can add with salt. So we just have to check out acidity and sweetness. Okay, I think we can get away with just acidity. We're not gonna add sweetness today. Actually, we have these motherfuckers. So we also have, you see, perfect combination, bro. Like, we have all the pillars, also very intense. So this will surely be a pleasureful meal. So we got these guys that basically check out these guys. Okay, dry tomatoes check out these four. We're only missing fat and digestibility, which are given by these and these. So we're good to go. This also gives out some umami, so even more umami, guys. Let's open it up. Okay, tasty cheese. Yeah, I love this this kind of cheese. Let's power on the fucking pan. Let's use olive oil like you'd use butter. I just use olive oil because it's more convenient in this moment. I would have to pull out all the fucking the brick of butter. I don't have the patience to do that. This will do. And oh no, I cannot open this motherfucker. Okay, here we go. So let's take a knife, and today I don't even need to cut anything, like any vegetables, so it's even easier to prepare. Let's take a paper towel so that we can place the ingredients in, and we can put this away. So I'll say that like something like this amount of cheese will be enough. Strange. Is this spoiled? No, it's good. Okay. So this amount will do. Actually, let's take another split. And let's drop the eggs. So I'm not waiting for the oil to get hot. It's purely coincidence. Usually people wait for the oil to get really hot and then to sear the stuff. I don't usually do that. That's purely useless. That doesn't really affect the final meal. The final meal, there is a saying a mantra in business. It's called the 80-20 rule, okay? Basically, there is a 80% of the things that are useless, and all will get you 20% of the results, okay? Well, there is a 20% of actions you can do that will grant you the 80% of the thing you're trying to achieve, okay? So in this case, the 80-20 rule in cooking and pleasure, like eating something tasty, that's the goal of this video, is the 6 pillars, okay? There is a whole bunch of things you can do to, you know, you can look into flavors and consistency, texture, temperature, all kind of shit I encapsulated in the pleasure hypothesis, but that is the 20%, the 80%. This is the 20% that you can look at, and we will give you the 80% of the results, okay? Your result in this case is eating something healthy and tasty, okay, and convenient. You don't need to look at flavors, aromas, or whatever the fuck they do in cooking, bro. It's not that deep. I've gone with this method for a long time and I've always got success. Okay, so if you just are wanting to make something tasty and pleasureful, just look at the 6 pillars and try to satisfy them. Don't stress over flavors and shit. Quite overkill and useless. So let's scramble the eggs a little bit, and then we'll add the rice into the mix together with the brie. Yeah, the cheese is called brie. So I don't really know what I'm doing, but I forgot to add the tomatoes. So I think 4 eggs will do, maybe 6. I mean, I like eggs. So let's take okay, I think this is enough, maybe. They're really strong, so they will be, yeah, they will be enough. I can put this away and bam. Oops. You see, I'm not using too much stuff. I'm not taking out any plates. I'm using a paper towel so that I don't have to clean up the kitchen later. I can, like, it's very, I don't like to create a mess in the kitchen to cook something because I will have to clean it later, and it is a bit time consuming and annoying. So I'll just take the pleasureful part of cooking, enjoy the meal, and get the fuck away. So I'm not cutting this on here because I think I will ruin the surface, so I'll just use this cardboard thing. I mean, you could say that it's a bit strange because I'm like, you know, I'm dirtying this box, but who the fuck cares about this box? No one cares about this box, so I will just cut it here, cut a few pieces. Actually, now that I have the mouth available, I will do the thing I said I will do if I had the mouth available, which is biting. Okay, biting is, it's really strange. Okay, it's not, I don't expect you to do this. It's a bit strange, but if you're like on a hurry and you don't want to use a knife, you can just, like, first of all, crush it with your fingers and throw it in. Otherwise, you can just take a bite and spit it in. Fuck, I messed up. You know, bite it through. Yeah, very strange, but who fucking cares? I'm cooking for myself. I am the one who's gonna eat this, so I'm not bothered. But you know, just in case, I'll do this. I don't care if someone, like, says, "Oh, disgusting, don't do that." Shut up. So I will add these motherfuckers. I will cut them now. And that is kind of it. So I made these into pieces because, I mean, you could also put them whole. The only reason I'm cutting them is because this way, when I eat the thing, I'm not biting through a whole dry tomato, which is very intense. So I prefer to do it like this. I can add this cheese. I can split it. I can throw it whole. Doesn't matter. It will melt anyway, so you don't have to be so careful about it. Boom. Done. And now that I look at it, it may be worth to add another egg. So this is a bit strange because usually when you add an egg, you add it together with the others, not midway cooking. Following my philosophy of cooking, you don't have to care about this. You can do it anyway. Timing is a big overcomplication that many people go through, and I don't get it. So I will just add the egg whenever I want. It doesn't have to be the same, like, timing as the other eggs. It will cook anyway. See, like, don't worry about this stuff. Very useless and, you know, overwhelming. I'm just trying to eat something tasty, something healthy in a quick way. This is the way to go. So this time I will remember to add the rice. So let's do that. Oh yeah. Jesus Christ. This amount will do. Yeah. I think I'll never finish this rice. Okay, let's put this into the fridge. I forgot. By the way, here I have the yogurt on the making. I have a special technique I use to make yogurt. I'm gonna make a small, like, video as bonus for some of my services if you buy one of my services, which I have in the description if you're interested. But yes, I'm gonna mix the rice. It's a bit hard. I think it's because it was in the fridge and it started to dry out. So I will need to heat it up a little bit so that it softens. And now I can mix everything. It doesn't have to be perfectly, like, distributed. It doesn't really matter. So I'll just do this. Now the question is was there enough salt in the tomatoes? Because tomatoes are a bit salty, yes, but was it too little? Let's try. Fuck. Yeah. Actually, let me try a piece of cheese. Maybe that has more salt. Where is the cheese? Already melted. The cheese already melted. See? Didn't have to cut it too much because it's gonna melt anyway. So you could put it whole and it would have been fine. Yeah, salt. Salt is missing. Usually when something is missing, actually always, it is one of these things. Most likely salt, sometimes umami. Acidity is a good boost, but these are the main two that are missing when something doesn't taste good. You will also often crave digestibility. That's a side point though. So let's add a tiny bit of salt. I'm trying to undersalt my stuff because usually when I cook stuff, I oversalt things. I noticed it, so I'm trying to undersalt this time. Okay, so we have this mixture of these 6 pillars I try to match when I cook. I add some salt because it was not salty enough. I have the rice, highly digestible. Let's see how it tastes. Yeah, definitely good. I forgot I had to add acidity. So we'll take the rice vinegar. You could use any like citrus fruit, orange juice. Hell, who fucking knows? I usually say lemon, but even orange. Orange is a little sweeter, but you know, if it is sweeter, it just enhances this flavor, which is a good thing. So you can use an orange juice if you want. Completely fine. I've seen many recipes with orange juice, like oranges as an ingredient. And the funny thing is that the people usually only accept something like an orange together with some other ingredient only because a recipe says it. If I say like, oh yes, go ahead and add some orange into this, people will go like, what? There is no recipe that requires this. And I say, bro, you don't have to follow a recipe, you just have to follow this. And every time I follow these motherfuckers, it always goes well. So yeah, just follow them. It will be great. So acidity was added. Let's try to taste it. Yeah, a bit better. A bit better with the vinegar. I'm using rice vinegar because apple cider vinegar is something, but I fucking hate that. It has a terrible smell. I don't like that, so I will use rice vinegar. I will actually add a little bit more. And you see, if you notice, I'm not considering spices. Usually people consider spices as a big part of a recipe, like fucking paprika. Look, I have a ton of spices here. You know, I have a ton of spices, but I don't use them because I don't believe that spices are as important as this, okay? Spices fall into the category of the 80% that will give you the 20% of the results, so I'm not gonna care about that. I will care about some pepper because, I mean, it's very easy to add. So it's an 80% action that will give me 20% of the results, but it's so easy that I can do it anyway, so we'll add some pepper because I like pepper. If you have a favorite spice you use that. Don't copy me, just use the one you like. So I pretty much did my meal. How much time? I didn't count. I guess you'll see on the timing on the video. Take that and bam, I just made a tasty meal that is also filling because it's not junk food, okay? Junk food, the problem with junk food is it's not filling. While this stuff, being healthy, you can basically overeat it and still like not get fat because like, look, this is whole food, okay? Maybe the rice can be considered a refined carb, and so yes, it's easier to overeat rice, but it's way harder. It's fucking impossible to overeat some eggs, for example, okay? And even if you mix a lot of fat with it, it will be so filling anyway that you will be great. So I don't think I will record it, but I also have some pomegranate in the fridge. I will combine that with some yogurt and eat that as a final meal, dessert if you can call it. This goes back into the fridge. Bam. Let's set up the table here. All right. So put the water in, remember, because otherwise this thing will go away very hard. See, it's already hardening. So let's add the water. Put it here. This will go away quickly with this like metal sponges. If you don't have one of these, get one of these. It's huge. It's wonderful. So I'll get the rice back into the fridge. And bam. it doesn't look the most appetizing thing, but appearance, yeah, it does matter. It does matter, but to a certain degree. So if I could make if I could make it look better, I maybe will go here, take some of this sauerkraut, and add it. I mean, appearance, it is also acidic. This is a very powerful ingredient, but usually when they add something for appearance, they add something like some herb. Okay, then herbs, yes, they do matter, but not that much. They fall into the category of 80% of the things you can do to make the result 20%, like to make the 20% of the result, like the 80-20 rule. So I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna move things a little bit so I can fit more of these sauerkrauts. This is also very tasty, by the way. Very acidic, salty. It has everything. Sauerkraut is a good ingredient to add. So this is kind of it. Set it up, and I want you to notice. Look at this. I want you to notice what mess they create. Look, wait. Let me show you. So, ooh, yogurt. What did I create? A paper towel, a knife that I can, by the way, I can easily, look, I can easily wash this. Take a metal sponge maybe. Boom. As new, okay? Bam. I can dry this, put it into the drawer. Bam. I just have to clean a pan now. Compare that to me using a plate to whisk the eggs, to use a cutting board to cut the cheeses and the ingredients. I just did this. Bam. Wonderful meal. Now I can sit back, relax, take this yogurt, move some of this. Bam. I also did appearance today, so I also did that 80% of the things to make the 20% of the result. Bam. It also looks good, like fucking great. So I just created a recipe out of nowhere. Also good. And you can eat as much as you want of this. This will not make you unhealthy fat or anything. As long as you use like whole ingredients, you'll be great. There are maybe some things you can consider, like fermented food and dietary consideration, but to get the 80% of the result, don't stress too much about the diet type. Just take out junk food. If you take out junk food, you get to enjoy the 80% of the results, okay? So being healthy, getting lean, and all of the things, okay? If you have, like, for example, a recipe. I was not following a recipe in this case, but I'm really flexible with recipes. I can take a recipe and make it simple. So if you have a recipe you like to eat, but you find a little bit overcomplicated, like you find a little bit hard and complicated to do, I can assure you that is because the one who created the recipe or the one that shared the recipe with you kind of followed what other people told him to do while doing the recipe. So it's kind of overcomplicated. I can make it simpler to prepare, okay? This is what I got good at, because I wanted to enjoy the tasty, delicious recipes my mother make, like chicken curry or the tortilla or some like random traditional meal like meatballs. But I was not able to make them because it took a lot of time and a lot of effort, a lot of dirtying. And now I modified those recipes to make them easier to do, effortless, like mindless, time efficient and everything. So if you got a recipe, send it to me. I have a link in the description. I have a recipe optimizer service, very cheap, like 90 cents, and go do that. And yeah, take a bite.